What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Play Devil May Cry. Last time we fought Nelo Angelo, and we finished off Phantom, and today we're going to be starting up Chapter 9, and since I don't have enough money to upgrade, we're going to go right into it and start the mission up. So first things first, you notice when I fire the shotgun, there's a slight reload animation before I can fire it again? Well, what I just did is what I was talking about before, shotgun twitching. It lets you kind of rapid fire the shotgun by strafing a bit between the shots to cancel out the reload animation. And with the drawbridge up, no more going back to the castle for now. That Devil Star is a consumable item that refills your Devil Trigger gauge. We're moving on to a new section of the game, a new third of it, since we are about a third of the way through the game. Alright, we have some new enemies. We have blades being introduced. Kinda wish they had the cool nameplate introductions that you see in later games and Bayonetta and stuff. So I'm gonna try to open them up for a critical hit. Might take some damage in the process of trying. What I want to do is I want to shoot them once in the face with the shotgun and then once in their backs so that they roll over onto their stomachs. There we go! Yeah, and you come down with a helm breaker after they're opened up like that, after those two shots, and they kind of just rupture into this geyser of blood and they die instantly. A lot of enemies have special conditions that put them into a critical hit state like that, that after you crit them, they'll die instantly. But you usually have to do something unique depending on the enemy type. Alright, that's the blades dispatched. I didn't mention it, but they're armored. Your Stinger will break the armor. I think High Time does. Helmbreaker definitely does. And then once you break their armor, you can just hit them with normal combos. There's one more thing I want to get in this main courtyard area. And if you come over here and attack the gravestone, it'll shift back and give you a blue orb fragment. Alright, so that's the yellow orb taken care of, and the blue orb fragment, I'll leave that green one up there because I don't need it, and I might later on. And I think over to the left there's like an unstoppable, or no, that's not what it's called, untouchable, which I don't care too much about. It's either that or holy water, and if I haven't described holy water yet, it will deal a heavy amount of damage or maybe kill everything around you. And we get another yellow orb up here. And now we get to do some fun platforming. Fuck the platforming in this game. It is terrible. Doesn't feel good, doesn't control good. Let's try and make this one shot through here. The camera should never change like that, especially when the platforming is already so bad. Fuck! Oh. Let me up. Really have to be on this section of the wall? Yeah, I guess. Not a big fan of the platforming in this. It's appallingly bad. Like, what was that? I just floated in midair. Weird hitboxes on the platforms. Platform boxes? I don't know. Really not a big fan of this. Luckily, there aren't too many platforming sections in the game. There's this, and I can't think of too many others. Floaty, it's got a little bit of auto-tracking to it. It just doesn't feel good. Alright, but we get up here. My name is Ifrit. Alright, we picked up the Flaming Gauntlets Ifrit. The main combo of Ifrit is a 4-hit combo. Every hit in the combo can be charged. It's quite a fun little weapon. I'm gonna switch back to Alistair real quick, though. Try to show something off that I've been talking about previously. He died too quick. Maybe when I get to the fetishes later on or something.
Son of Sparta who challenges the darkness for this.
Block off, Featherface, or you can stick around and find out the hard way.
Okay, we have an optional encounter against Griffon, our first encounter against Griffon. I'm gonna fight him because I actually really like this version of the fight. It's a very nice open area too. So we haven't seen the grenade launcher yet. I'm gonna go ahead and try to work that in. This is primarily gonna be a long-range fight, because Griffon spends most of his time up in the air like that. He does come down occasionally, and they'll open up on him with Alistair a little bit. Primarily going to be using the grenade gun, though. Mostly because I haven't shown it off yet. It's pretty decent for this fight. Ebony and Ivory can be ideal, depending on how much Griffon decides to move around. So he has lots of little, like, shmup-like electricity moves, grids and streams of lightning, stuff like that. This is also why I like having Alistair out as your Devil Arm instead of Ifrit for this one, because you have Air Hike with Alistair. Which can come in handy for some of these barrages of lightning. Oh, he dived at me. Oh, shit. Could have taken advantage of that Devil Trigger a little bit better. And there's kind of a maximum angle that the grenade gun fires at. Its other major drawback, which you can actually do something about, is the fact that it has a really, really long reload animation. But I've been doing something throughout this fight called grenade roll canceling, which lets you circumvent the long, lengthy reload of the launcher by either jumping or rolling to cancel out of it. Basically gives you a much faster fire rate, makes you much safer. It's kind of like shotgun twitching for the grenade gun. That was a remarkably smooth Griffon fight. I usually have a bit more trouble with him. And some holy water up here. Yeah, that Griffon encounter is entirely optional. We'll fight him again later on. For now, though, I really like that fight. Also, the cutscene to start that off, you might have heard Dante say a line that should be a little bit familiar to you if you played Bayonetta 1. Flock off, Featherface. It's the same thing Bayonetta says to Fortitudo when they fight in the Cardinal Virtue of Fortitude chapter. That's where that line comes from. Can't quite get up on this hollowed out log. If you go up there and you trigger flight mode and Devil Trigger, you can get up to a platform back there with, I think, an Untouchable or something like that on it, and a couple of red orbs. Okay, and we have another new enemy, the Fetish, which is kind of like a stronger marionette, basically. Slightly different moveset, but not hard by any stretch. And we'll mess around with Ifrit a little bit for this encounter. Yeah, those charged hits do so much damage. Ifrit's a very high damage weapon. Not nearly as mobile as Alistair, which is why I like Alistair better, but still really good. Plus, I like this version of the Helmbreaker a whole lot. I believe it's called Killer Bee. Oh, oh! Thought I broke his guard. That's about the only attack that the fetishes have that normally hits me, is when they spout the little gout of flame. Ooh, it's gonna happen again. Yeah, Comes out a little bit quicker than I expect. Charge that up. Damn, Killer Bee is so good. It tracks amazingly. It's the tracking on Killer Bee is nuts. You have such a perfect tool set in this game of weapons. Like, it's been a while since we got a new melee weapon. We picked Alistair up back in Chapter 2. But, like, you don't get as many weapons as games further on in the series. You don't have quite as many tools. You don't get this big, gigantic, flashy repertoire of, like, of Devil May Cry 3 or 4. But your tool set is so perfectly tailored around the obstacles that you face in this game. Like, it's so good. It's so tight. And there's still a whole lot of high execution stuff that you can do. Devil May Cry is the best accident ever. This is a red orb gate. Takes 200 red orbs to open this time. The last one we saw was at the beginning of Mission 1. And the fetishes and the marionettes in that room will respawn indefinitely. So it makes it kind of nice if you want to farm. Be not too bad. That chapter always winds up taking me a ton of time. Maybe it's because I waste so much time fighting Griffon. I imagine that's the case. He still gives you a whole lot of red orbs. Next up, we have Chapter 10, Canyon of the Mist. Yeah, of course, the marionettes are going to come to life. The fetishes will do the same thing. You can actually see one right there that just came to life. Okay, so the gimmick of the Canyon of the Mist is that there are two forked paths. And if you go down the wrong path, it resets you back to the beginning. And in a second, I'll go over to the gravestone and show you how you're supposed to navigate this area. There's a little orb of light here that once you interact with the gravestone will become active and it will go down the correct path. You just have to follow the light. The enemies, however, will capture the orb of light, so you're going to have to kill them while it's traveling the path, so it can reveal the correct way to go. Alright, so first we're going left. Notice the little the cow skulls hanging above. And we get a new set of enemies each time we go down a path. This time we get a couple of these scissors or sides, sin sides. Only thing to watch out with them is when you kill them, if they're up in the air, their weapons will come tumbling down, and they can actually hit you even though the enemy's dead. Like, you could see it twirling and falling there. Also, I kind of just barely glanced out of the corner of my eye. I'm pretty sure the light went down this way. Give me my orbs. Pretty sure it went this way. Sometimes you can get tunnel visioned and miss which direction it went, then get reset back to the beginning. And now we have blades active, and I think that one just captured the light. So we'll activate Devil Trigger and mess around with Ifrit and DT. Yeah. Goddamn, this weapon's fun. Oh, and the light's going left, I think? Hard to tell. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you can get tunnel vision and lose track of it in the heat of battle. Not too bad, though. You only have to do it a few times. Doesn't overstay its welcome. And I think I hear Cyclops' Yep. Can hear their rocky bodies pouncing around, or stomping around. There are two of them. You can actually see the green glow of the other one's eye in the background. Surprised he isn't triggered. These things, they have armored hides, so you can really only hit them in the face. And they're just phantom clones. You can also, if they're both active at once, you can get them to hurt each other. Their butt stomps and their little rock projectiles can actually hurt the other one. But they go down pretty quick. Like, even though they have these gigantic armored carapaces, they really don't have all that much health. They're not very durable. I think I might keep using Ifrit for a little while longer. That should be an S. Come on. Yeah. And that ranking bonus, I'm going to be able to buy a whole bunch of upgrades for Ifrit. The main ones I want to get are Kick 13, which is Ifrit's version of the Stinger, and it has a unique moveset when in Devil Trigger. And I think I want to get level 1 of Meteor. And then whatever is left over, I guess I'll grab a purple orb. Do I have enough for 2? No, shit. Anything for Alistair? I want to eventually pick up Round Trip just to mess with that and show that off. I'm probably not going to I'm not going to wind up getting too many more moves for Ifrit. Meteor, I definitely want. Rolling Blaze, I definitely want. That's about it. So we start this chapter off against a Death Scythe, which is the strongest in this family of enemies. The Sin Scissors and Scythes and the Death Scissors and Scythes. Right now I'm just trying to either wall jump or enemy step off of him so I can land some Killer Bee dive kicks. Keep the damage up. They are, unlike the Cyclopses back there, very durable, and they lay down these little traps on the floor, which when you jump, they launch you into the air, and when you're in midair and kind of vulnerable, they try to take advantage of that and cut you up with their scythes. Other than that, they're not too aggressive, which is actually really annoying, because the main method you have of dealing damage to them is dive kicking them, or coming down with a Helm Breaker if you have Alistair equipped. Ooh, this is a tricky spot to be in. These things are huge ass pains. Would almost prefer to be confined like you are against the Death Scissor. They have a really cool design, though. Like, I like their color palette in particular. Yeah, I think now that I'm working the grenade launcher in, this should go a little bit faster. Unfortunately, they're pretty mobile. Oh, I can see he's on his last legs, though. It's a little visual effect you can see. Ooh, he's holding his scythe out in front of him and twirling it. Alright, one more, come on. Should be about one more hit. Yeah. Again, watch out for the falling scythe. So we didn't actually need to fight that thing, but it did make a platform appear, and that platform is going to get us over to a blue orb fragment. Plus, I just want to show off fighting the Death Scythe. Can I not get up to that orb? No? Okay. Weird depth perception problem there. And this platform, when we step on it, will bring us around the room. And this cage over here has a section of the ceiling busted out. So we can go through there and come down onto the blue orb fragment. And where am I? I can't tell where I am. I can't see through this. There we are. And then there's one more blue orb fragment to get in here, and it's locked away behind a secret mission that we get to by going back the way we came in to the Cyclops room. Secret mission, Wandering Ghosts. There's a blue orb floating up in the sky, so we have to get up to it using air hike and enemy step. Enemy step, if I even explained what that is before, basically it's just a mechanic where you can jump off of enemies' heads. And it also resets your double jump. So we come down into the well, and immediately we are ambushed by a blade. There's a couple. There should be a couple more down further in. I'm surprised they haven't come after me yet. No, just that one? I guess it might be only on the higher difficulties that there are more. But there are a bunch behind this breakable wall. So we're just gonna devil trigger up. It's out already. And fuck shit up with Ifrit. Ooh. Tight corridors with low ceilings are not necessarily ideal for fighting these. But if you kill all of them instead of skipping them, you do get that blue orb fragment. So I think that's 3 out of 4. 1100. I don't quite have enough for anything I want yet, so that statue's not going to do me any good. But what we want to come out here for is for this, the symbol of chastity. And then, again, we're just going back the way we came. Oh, and the blades all respawn. Right. So, no reason to fight them again. Skip on over, unless you want the red orbs. In fact, skipping them... willing to bet that skipping them is gonna deprive me of enough red orbs to get an S rank on this mission. Assuming I don't get killed by time here. Anyway, with the symbol of chastity, we can come into this room and place it down to pick up a chalice. Nelo Angelo pops up again with his awesome gothic theme. His organ theme, so good. He's mostly the same as the first fight, a little bit more damaging, a little bit beefier. I can't remember if there are any major differences between this fight and the last one. I feel like there has to be, but I can't remember what they are. So you can see Ifrit is a Nelo Angelo killer. Ifrit is very, very good against him, mainly because you can combo him, charge up an attack, let it rip, and you can break his guard and stagger him and just repeat that process. I screwed up a little bit though, and he is punishing me really, really bad. And that's kick 13, the devil trigger auto combo, where he just lets loose a flurry of punches and kicks. Yeah, I had to grab that health because I got tunnel visioned, I went in a little bit too hard. Also does tons of damage to him. Break his guard pretty easily. Oh, again, going in a little bit too hot. And that is our second encounter with Nelo Angelo. We have one more left. The last one is by far my favorite. I'm not too sure what the major differences between the first and the second fight are, aside from the arena you fight him in. The third one, he introduces some radical new moves. And, whoa! Stinger jumped, way off the beaten path. Anyway, now that we have the chalice placed and the doors opened up, we are done with Mission 11. Pretty much halfway through the game now. Anyway, that's gonna do it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.